Hello guys, I'm Savvy, and this is a different video from the usual stuff because we are... Hello guys, I'm Savvy, and this is a different video than what you're used to. It's not a gaming video. It's obviously of my face, so you don't really see my face that often. You've only seen it one other time for my 500 sub special if you haven't checked that out. It's just a thank you video. We're gonna be doing something similar to this, but I kind of want to go through a journey with you guys with the channel idea, like where it came from, where I got inspiration, etc., like etc., as well as thanking you guys for the support as well. So we're going to be going through a lot of stuff. So just prefacing that so that way you guys know what we're going to be talking about today. And I'd rather do it in this format because it's more of a one-on-one with you guys, and I think it's a lot better. So there's not going to be really any cuts through this, and I just want to also preface that I apologize for the glare that is coming from the window. This camera is not good. It is not a good camera. The quality is really bad. I've had this for a long time. It's a Logitech, so it's pretty old. I just haven't done anything about it for a long time, and I haven't got a new one since then. But you guys will be able to see me, so it's okay. You guys can still see me. Anyway, so let's start from the beginning. So with YouTube in general, so we all know that YouTube came out in the mid 2000s. I never really got into YouTube until probably 5 to 6 years later. So probably around like 2011, 2010, somewhere around there. That's when I actually started first getting interested in watching videos on YouTube. Plus, I never really had any devices. I didn't have a phone at the time. I didn't have things like that to look at YouTube. So I just decided, since I have the tools now, I can, have a phone. I can actually, or I'm sorry, a laptop. I actually had a laptop. I started with the laptop, then moved over to desktop, with the consoles and everything. So that's kind of some more information there. So I was able to watch YouTube. And one of the things that I watched was some Let's Plays. I watched Let's Plays on YouTube a lot, quite a lot. One of the first people that I actually came across, because one of my favorite games of all time is Super Mario Sunshine. So I wanted to see a Let's Play of it because I wanted to see how another person actually plays Super Mario Sunshine. And the first person I came across was Chuck Conroy. So I watched his entire series of Super Mario Sunshine and I loved it. And the thing is that I'm like, wow, I'd love to do something like that too, but I just didn't have anything to do it with. Like the only thing I could do would be like, something with my laptop, but there was nothing really I could do because my laptop was not really that good. And over the years, like I got different kinds of computers. I got another laptop. I had a desktop that was really bad. It was more of an office one, definitely not a gaming one because my games on on Steam ran poorly, very poorly. And then I'd probably say around 2018. 2018 was actually when I got a decent running computer and was finally able to at least do something in terms of content creation. But what's interesting is that the channel that you see now, that actually it might say that it was formed or it was created in 2018, it wasn't always like that. Because when I was in college, let's say early on, probably my freshman to sophomore year, that's when I wanted to make a YouTube channel because I finally had the ability to kind of do something about it. And I made a channel called Jacoby Craft because it was a combination of like my name and also like me playing like Minecraft or something. So it was more of like a Minecraft channel or just a channel that where I do building and stuff. I don't know why I was thinking at the time. It didn't really work out that well. And so I just kind of stopped with that channel. And then in 2018, I it was between 2015 to 2018 was when I had that channel, and I'm just like, no, we're going to try something else. We're going to change brand here. So then I came up with Savvy. And Savvy, where it started from, was I was in Discord with friends of mine, and which also goes into where I started doing Let's Plays too last year. Um, but with the name, uh, I was just trying to think of a name, and it hit me. You know, I was like, it'd be a great name if I put something like Savvy or That Savvy Guy. I thought that was a good idea because the origins of that was, or at least the thought process of it for me for the origin of that was, well, I played a lot of games and I've been a gamer my entire life. I've never not played games. I pretty much play games every day. Even when you don't see me streaming or whatever, I'm still playing games. Even while I'm doing other things too, like homework and stuff like that, like schoolwork. Um, I'm still playing games. I multitask pretty much. Play with friends, by myself, whatever it may be. And so I'm like, I think I'm, at least to me, I'm like, I think I'm really good at games, and I've even had a lot of compliments from friends of mine that was like, wow, you're like, maybe not wow, but they would say things like, you know, I like you helping me and things like this because you know what you're doing, you're pretty good at what you're doing. You're really good at teaching me how to do certain mechanics, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm like, well, that's really nice of you. And that's where savvy came in, the word savvy. Because if you look up the word savvy, it means being good at something, pretty much. That's like a broad definition of it. But it's pretty much being good at something. So I'm like, that makes sense. It either was savvy or that savvy guy or just a combination of both. So I came up with that name, and that was my channel, and it started out like that. And I'm like, okay, great. So let's just upload some things. Let's just try to do something about it. And obviously, I didn't start doing Let's Playing until many, many years later because I'm like, okay, so I need to capture card, things like that, in order for me to record from my devices, from my consoles, like my Wii or my GameCube or PlayStation, whatever it may be. And I tried doing that. And with the computers I had at the time, because I did it way before Savvy was even happening, um, it didn't work out because the computer I had couldn't handle trying to capture the game and whatever my computer was doing. So I'm just like, yeah, this is not it either. A waste of money, pretty much, because the resources that I had was not good enough. So come around 2018, I never really uploaded anything until 2020 because when I made Savvy, I didn't really know where I wanted to go with it, and I just kind of used it to just like videos and whatnot. But around 2020 was when I started uploading some videos, but they weren't really doing well at all. So then, sometime around 2023, because after some time of uploading just random content, I just like, this is not working. And I streamed on Twitch at the time too, during this whole like channel creation and in between bits like that because I didn't really focus on YouTube. I focused more on Twitch, and it was working for a little bit, but I don't know. It just never really had the recurring viewers that would come by. I would have like a lot of followers that would follow me, but they would never really come back as often as I would hope, and they wouldn't really watch because at the time I thought, like, am I really not entertaining at all, or thinking something along the lines of like, am I doing something wrong? Because, I have a lot of people come by and I would interact with them, talk to them, but was I really entertaining in those streams? And I don't know if I mean, today I don't even know if I would think that, at least on the Twitch platform. So fast forward to probably January 5th or 6th of 2023. I was talking to a friend of mine in Discord, and we were talking about emulators because I brought up the subject because I'm like, so I've seen people emulate games before, and I don't know how to do it. Do you know how that works? And he knew exactly how it worked, and he told me exactly how to do it. And I thought, oh, like, wow, that's a lot simpler than I thought. I never thought of it as just getting an emulator, getting a game from obviously a site that, is trustworthy, and just using the emulator to emulate the game, and then boom, you're done. That's it. And then you could just play to your heart's content. I never knew it was that simple. So then I'm like, well, now that you tell me this, and this was at the time where I had a way better computer where I could actually play my games on PC. And this is kind of like my transition from console to PC, which I'm mainly just PC now, so I just do everything on PC. So what ended up happening was my what ended up happening was like, wow, if it was that easy, then I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it as soon as possible or the night of. So I'm like, I could record this. And the first game I wanted to do was Super Mario Sunshine because I got inspiration from many years back when I first started watching YouTube, where I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do the same thing that these guys are doing because I want to be a YouTuber. It's been something that I've thought about for a long time, and I just never really had the ability to do so until last year. Really, really last year, because I had no idea what I was doing for YouTube. I didn't know what direction I wanted to go. It was just random stuff. So, January 7th, 2023, I uploaded my first episode of my very first Let's Play of a Nintendo game that I've always wanted to Let's Play. At least one of them out of the many others that I wanted to do that I've already done as well. And I'm like, wow, this is a great feeling. It's a fantastic feeling to see that I started doing something that I've always wanted to do for the longest time, ever since I started watching my first Let's Play on YouTube, which was Super Mario Sunshine by Chugga Conroy. And it felt great. And just to see the reaction with it, where I met, Lily Pyrope, who was one of my first commenters on my Super Mario Sunshine Let's Play. I actually was starting to get people to watch the content because even though it was like in 150, so probably a little bit more than that now, it felt good because all my other videos didn't really do that well. They didn't. And seeing now that with these games and me being able to show this to the world of how I play the game, share my personality with you guys, my maybe want to call it charisma. I don't know if you want to call it charisma, because a lot of times as I'm talking, I'm really surprised that I'm very coherent with what I'm talking about right now, because sometimes my mind gets a little jumbled and I just go all the time because I'm like, I don't know what to talk about other than what I'm doing in the game. But, you know, I was like, wow, this is starting something new. And I've already had on the channel, we started technically at 155 subs, which isn't bad, but I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. So, obviously I wanted to finish the Let's Play, which I did. I finished the Let's Play and it was a great feeling being able to do my very first Let's Play, completing it 100%, and then moving on to the next one. Getting people to, well, at the time, I don't think I had people vote at the time because the next one I'm like, okay, let's just go with one of my other favorite ones, which is Super Mario Galaxy 1, the very first Super Mario Galaxy. So I'm like, oh my God, we can keep doing this. Just keep going and going. And it turned out to be even better. The Let's Play did even better than expected. And and I was so happy. I was I was so happy because I'm like I'm finally able to start experiencing some things in YouTube that I never thought I'd expect before, that I'd experience. And it was just seeing how many people actually watched my content for the first time with Super Mario Sunshine. I just thought like, wow, I didn't think this was gonna happen. I never thought this was gonna happen. So then it went Super Mario Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario World. I mean, it just, kept going and going. Pikmin, over and over. And then I started doing some more variety stuff. I wanted to add incorporate some other videos in there too, because I'm like, I don't want to do, just let's playing. I want to add some other games that I play into the mix. So that way people from different aspects of the gaming spectrum get to see that I play other games besides these Nintendo games or whatever I decide to let's play at the time, story games or whatever they may be. So I incorporated other games too into that mix, and it was also working pretty okay. And I remember sometime last year, I did Yoshi's Island, and for a time where I was doing pretty good, there was a time where it was just a rut. I don't know what was happening, but for some reason, for a game that's I thought very popular, it wasn't doing that well on the channel compared to the other Nintendo games, and I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I don't, am I falling back into where I started? Starting the channel, starting uploaded some things, like despite this being a pretty, you know, nostalgic game that I'm let's playing, is it going to end up with me being back at square one? And it definitely brought down my motivation, my confidence, things like that, and things along those lines. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm saying wow a lot, but I'm just thinking, oh, like, I'm not going to give up, obviously. I never thought about giving up, but it just made it more difficult to put out more videos, if you understand what I'm saying, because obviously on kind of a track where you're doing okay and then it just suddenly just kind of, then it's like, first you're probably like, what's happening? And then the second part, you're probably thinking, did I do something wrong? Or is this just not as entertaining as I thought it was going to be? Am I not being entertaining as I thought I was going to be for this Let's Play? Um, but fortunately, we started picking up again. And other Let's Plays like Pikmin 2, those Let's Plays, um, and then I also did started YouTube Shorts because my very first one is playing the finals, where funny moment between my friend and I. It was actually my friend that's in that YouTube, the very first YouTube short, was the one that told me about emulators and how they work. So, thank him for for giving me that knowledge, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be doing those Let's Plays if I never knew that from him. If I didn't get that explanation from him at all. But um, the channel, well, at least throughout the history, has had its ups and downs. And the worst part was this year, and this is the part where I'm going to get a little bit personal. Um, on April 26th, 2024, my dad passed away, and it was a rough patch, and it still is. I mean, it still hasn't been that long. It's been 7 months since he's been gone. It doesn't even feel like that. Um, and I thought for a time, like, I might need a break to just, I don't know, to keep my mind off things and just take a break from uploading and, you know, not sharing my gameplay and whatever, because, this is a difficult time and I don't know how to process it right now. And I don't think that Let's Playing or doing YouTube would help in any way, but then I thought, like, it actually keeps my mind off of it. It really helps a lot. And I thought that if I stop now, I mean, why would I stop now when things are going okay and there's at least some positivity in my life in this direction. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep uploading. I'm gonna keep uploading because it brings me joy. It helps me through a tough time, and it still does too, because even when I'm not gaming or when I get off the game or I go even AFK, like when I go AFK when I stream, I always think about him. It never not crosses my mind, you know. And I wish he was here to know how far I've gone in YouTube and that, I'm in grad school as well, getting my degree in secondary education. I wish he was here so he could be told that. But I know that he's proud of me despite not being here because he was that kind of father to me. He was so supportive. Sorry for getting emotional. But I just thought that I'd talk about this too because it's very important to share this experience because you never know what's going on behind the camera of somebody that you watch all the time. And it's I think in my opinion it's good to have that exposure sometimes, depending on what it is, obviously, but to at least let people know that, you know, things aren't just hunky dory, things don't seem to be all, you know, rainbows and unicorns and things like that. So, yeah, but I've gotten a lot better over time, I still think about him obviously, but it doesn't affect me as much and it definitely doing what I'm doing on YouTube has definitely helped keep my mind off of it. And I'm gonna keep continuing doing what I'm doing. So, um, the the last thing I want to talk about is where we are right now. I never expected to reach 1,000 subs as soon as I did. And of course, it's been over a year, and I know for a lot of channels that start small end up being big within less time. It just all depends on what they're doing, the content they're doing, and just, you know, I'm happy for them. I am. And for a small channel like me, because I know for a lot of people, it is rough to try to reach a at least first major milestone in their channel. It just all depends on what kind of content you're doing. It really does. And even then I'll say it can just it could just be difficult. It really can. And I thought for the longest time it was going to be, and it has, and it really has because, you know, it's all about time management, all about consistency with uploading and everything. And for me, I have the privilege to be able to upload as often as I do because I have a lot of time in my hands. I have a lot of privilege because of that. I'm very privileged because of that. And I know a lot of people don't have that privilege, and I wish that a lot of people were able to have that kind of time because, I encourage people to make content on YouTube, especially if they have good ideas and good charisma, good personality, things like that, which for me, I never thought that I would have that at all. Um, just taking pointers from watching other YouTubers, kind of like taking notes and stuff, being as charismatic as possible, try not to dwell on things for too long, whatever. Which, speaking of dwelling on things, I mean, I've been talking for like 24 minutes or so, about 25 minutes, talking about this whole thing. But, I'd like to do things like this more often if you guys would like to see this as well. But anyway, back to where we were talking about. So we reached 1,000 subscribers, and we're actually beyond that, 1,030. But the last time I checked, it might be more. Not sure by the time this is uploaded, but I just can't believe it. I can't. It's the this milestone is something that I didn't think was going to happen as soon as it did. I mean, January 2023, we started 155 and now we're at 1,030. I mean, I'm ecstatic. I words can't describe how excited I am and how happy I am and how grateful and thankful I am for you guys. Because I wouldn't be in this position with more than 1,000 subscribers, with the views that I have without you guys. You make it happen. And the thing is that, people that, YouTubers that have hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers and supporters and things like that, obviously they are grateful for what they have, and that's good. But the other thing too is that appreciating the small things is also what's good too. And for a channel like mine, reaching a milestone like this, I mean, it's huge. Huge. Huge for me because it just takes me in a direction that allows me to do more things for the channel. It allows me to look at what I'm doing and seeing what I'm doing right and then improving on things that I think need more work. Because with my YouTube shorts right now, they've been doing pretty good. They've been doing great. I mean, my videos obviously need more work, so I need to figure something out like that. But at least I'm in a direction that's leading to more, I guess, positive outcomes, more progress. But it's not just me that's causing that. It's you guys, because you guys are the ones who watch the content. You guys are the ones that subscribe to the content, that progress me forward into areas that allow me to improve. And your guys' comments, I love to read them and love to hear from you guys. I love feedback, things like that. It just means the world to me, and I'm just excited that we were able to reach that milestone within the time that we have. And obviously there's bigger goals ahead of us, bigger subscriber goals, um, and just bigger goals as a community, things that we could do together, things that we could talk about together, a lot of things. And yeah, I just want to say a very big thank you to all of you. And it's it's amazing that, for my journey from where I started with watching YouTubers to wanting to become one, I have finally become one. I've become one. And I couldn't be a YouTuber in the position that that I'm in right now without you. You guys make it possible. You guys give me the confidence to do more for the channel, to post more, to be consistent with my content, and to come up with new content. You guys give me that confidence. You guys give me that purpose to do more. And as long as if the support continues, and even, there's more that come, and more new viewers are always welcome. Everybody's welcome to this channel. It is, I will say, not to toot my own horn, but it is a great place to be. It is a great place to be. Very friendly community, people from all over the world watching the content. And we all have a good time, especially when we're in live streams. We have a good time, we chill out, and we talk to each other kindly, and we get to know each other more, ask each other questions, things like that. It's a fun time. So to end this video, um, which has gone on for about 30 minutes, I just want to say one more time, I want to thank you so much for your support. I appreciate every single one of you, and I love every single one of you. And it means the world to me that I'm in a place right now where I, I'm proudly able to call myself a YouTuber. I probably wouldn't say a full-time YouTuber, even though I do upload as often as I do. Full-time YouTuber would probably be somebody that makes like, you know, that makes a living off of the content that they do. But, you know, I would say I'm definitely in the stages of becoming a full-fledged YouTuber, I'd say. We just got to keep working at it and building the community, and any support that you guys give is greatly appreciated. Everything you do is because everything that happens on this channel is because of you. You guys make it possible. You guys give me the confidence and the strength to keep going. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you want to, if you haven't already. It really helped me out a lot. And yeah, keep enjoying the content on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.